So flip it.
I'm ready.
You want to flip it?
It's good, huh? What?
It's good? Yeah, my team?
You're on.
Okay. Bruchim Abayim. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Noam Fix. Okay. But here we go. Ayom Katzar Ram Lachem. We just realized, Yossi and I, that what we can do is something very, very simple. We don't even have to tell people that Ellie went away. And we'll just get Yossi to come up here, you see. Tell me that doesn't look like Ellie.
He's the next man.
Everyone smile, that's right. You just get up here, nobody will know that Ellie ever left. And then that'll be that. Don't let your wife see that. Right? She gets all insulted.
Yeah, not straight.
Huh?
So the...
What, the whole thing? Okay. Here we go. New parak, new maseches, Daf Yudalid Amud Aleph, Temurah. Says the Mishnah. It's a long daf, but it runs pretty smoothly. Okay. So says the Mishnah like this. Yesh bekorbanos yachid shein bekorbanos hatzibur, v'yesh bekorbanos hatzibur shein bekorbanos yachid. You have things that apply by korban yachid that don't apply by korban tzibur, and vice versa. What are they? Shekorbanos hayachid ein shekorbanos hayachid oisim temurah, ve'en korbanos tzibur oisim temurah. That's something we learned numerous times. Temurah can only be done by korban yachid, not a korban tzibur. Next, korbanos hayachid noyagos ben bischarim ben benekeves. Pause. How do you understand that sentence? Korban Yachid applies to what? What? To either a Zachar animal or a Nekeva animal. That's not how the Gemara originally understands it, but that is the Pashup Shot, correct? V'korbanos hatzibur eino agayim ela bischarim. But a Korban Tzibur, you only bring a male animal, a male behema. Next. Korbanos hayachid chayavim ba'achrayusan ube'achrayus niskeihem. If you have a korban yachid that has a chiyuv zman and you miss that zman, you still have to bring it like a yoledis, for example. The Rashi says, a korbanos tzibur ein chayav ba'achrayusan v'lo ba'achrayus niskeihem. What does it mean in chayav ba'achrayusan? This is the very famous line that we all know. A korban avar zmano Batal Korbano, right? That's said by a Korban Tzibur. Avars Mano Batal Korbano. You missed the time, it's all over. Game's over. Okay? Aval, and this is a very, very important distinction. What? Oh, you mean you're saying you're public because you're a public figure, you're saying?
I said to start 7:30. You didn't listen.
It's 7:32. I started 2 minutes ago. I listened to you.
I heard you.
Aval.
7:29 and a half.
Aval, and now listen very carefully to this statement. This is a very important statement. Aval chayavin ba'achrayus niskeihen mishe karav hazevach. That means to say that if you brought the korban tzibur on time, but you didn't bring the nesachim that are connected to that korban tzibur, that you could still bring when it's late. That you could still bring the next day, up to 10 days, Rashi says, and we learned that numerous times. Correct. Okay, next. Yesh bekorbanos hatzibur ma'ashem bekorbanos hayachid. You have something that applies to a korban tzibur that you don't have by hayachid. What is that? Shekorbanos hatzibur doichin es haShabbos v'es hatumah, v'korbanos yachid einan doichin lo es haShabbos v'es hatumah. Okay, pretty straightforward. Amar of Meir, wait a minute, that's not true. That's not the distinction. V'halo chavite kohen gadol. Kohen gadol brings a chavitin every single day. He splits it up into two. Brings one in the morning, one in the afternoon. V'par shel Yom Kippurim, which is a korban yachid of the kohen gadol. Korbanos hayachid hen v'doichen es haShabbos v'es hatumah. And you see that they are doichen Shabbos and tumah. So that can't be the distinction. Rather, the distinction is what is doichen Shabbos and tumah ela shezmanam kavua. Meaning, any korban that has a zman kavua could be doichen Shabbos and tumah. If it doesn't have a zman kavua, it's not doichen Shabbos and tumah. Okay. Says the Gemara. Korban yachid oisin temurah. That's the first halacha we learned. V'klalahu, is that true that a korban yachid can make temurah? Verei oifos. What about when you bring birds as a korban, and this is a korban yachid? The korban yachid ve'en oisin temurah. Says the Gemara, no, you misunderstood. Ki ktani bebehema ktani. Our Mishnah was referring to behemos. Behemos, a korban yachid makes a temurah, korban tzibur doesn't. Verei vlad What about a vlad? What about a behemoth that has a vlad? We learned the korban yachadu ve'ein oisin temurah. We learned the machlokes, and Rabbanan held that a vlad of a korban, right, cannot make temurah. Says the Gemara, Hamani Rabbi Yehuda, Damar Havlad oisin temurah. No. We're talking about Shitas Rabbi Yehuda, who holds that a vlad does make a temurah. Very temurah atzma, the korban yachid. What's the temurah atzma? Remember, we have a behema. It is hekdesh. You decide to make a temurah off that behema. So you say now this behema will be instead of this behema. And indeed it works. You're over an isser, but it works. Says the Mishnah, and well, we all know, this second behema that you made temurah cannot make a temurah. Ain't temurah, so temurah. So now we have a case where we have a behema, it's not a vlad, and yet it cannot make a temurah. So how can you tell me korban yachid makes temurah? This second behema can't make a temurah. That's the Gemara's question, right? Very temurah atzma de korban yachid, he vein temurah is temurah. Says the Gemara, no, you misunderstood. Kiktani be'ikr zivcha ktani. I was talking about the main behema. When we're referring to the main behema, a main behema can make a temurah by a korban yachid, cannot by a korban tzibor. Says the Gemara, okay, very good. Hashadas lahachi. Once you come to that, afilu Temurah rabbanan be'ikr zivcha ktani. When we said by a vlad behema, we answered, oh, it must be that our Mishnah is Rabbi Yehuda. No, it doesn't have to be Rabbi Yehuda. We're talking about ikr zevach. Ikr zevach could also be rabbanan, so our Mishnah could be rabbanan. Okay, very straightforward, simple. Next. By female and male, either or. So we said right away when I asked you, what does that sentence mean to you? So you said that sometimes you have a korban yachid that's male, and sometimes you have a korban yachid that's female. The Gemara does not understand that in the beginning. The Gemara understands that when the Mishnah said that a korban yachid is male and female, that means that every single korban that you bring could either be a male or a female. Every korban yachid that you bring could be either a male korban or a female korban. We, of course, know that not to be true. And now once we have that akadama, this Gemara is going to read very easily. The klalahu, is that true? That every korban you bring could be male or female? Vere oila, the korban yachid v'zachar asya, nekeva lo asya. We all know an oila can only be a zachar, can't be a nekeva. Says the Gemara, no, haika oila sa'if. No, you do have an oila that you bring as a female. What is that? An oila sa'if. The Tanya, Tamus v'zachrus behema, ve'en tamus v'zachrus be'oifus. The klal that something has to be a tam and it has to be a zachar, that's by a behema. That's not true by oifus. By oifus, it could be male or female, tam or not tam. Okay. Ve'arei chatas. What about a korban chatas? The korban yachidi v'nekeva asya zachar lo asya. What about a chatas? Exactly the opposite. As a chatas, you only bring a nekeva, not a zachar. Says the Gemara, no, I do find the chatas that I bring as a zachar as well. Ha'ika seir nasi, demaisi zachar. You have the seir nasi. Yeah, the nasi has to bring a seir when he sins. So he brings it as a chatas, and it is a male. Ask the Gemara, ha'ika asham. What about a korban asham? Ha'ika asham yachid, the zachar asi nekeva lo asi. What about an asham that you only bring male, and you don't find any korban asham that you could ever bring female? Says the Gemara, no. Our Mishnah, when it was making the distinction between male and female, it was only talking about korbanos that you find by yachid and tzibor. Kikami Rabbanan, korban deshavi bein beyachid ben betzibor. Ashim beyachid iseh betzibor leisai. There's no such thing. Anyway, finally we can move and finish on time now that Ellie's not giving the daf, and now that we're doing it ourselves. Finally, clear. Oh, he's watching everything. I'll show you how it's done, Ellie.
Maybe you can send in some stories to slow us down.
Yeah. I want to tell you one. I have a story about my dog. I'll show you a story about my dog. No, not my wife. No, I'm not talking about my kids. No, I'm talking about my dog. Okay. Okay.
Okay, Ellie's typing.
Yeah, I bet he is. No, just no. Okay. Anyway, he's not watching any longer. Okay. Anyway, thank you. That's perfect. Asham, yeah. Asham b'yachid iseh b'tzibur leisa. He did that just to throw me off, so everyone can say, "Oh, Eli gives a much clearer daf." Yeah, now I don't know where we're holding. Fine. Asham b'yachid iseh b'tzibur leisa. A korban asham, the korban asham, you only find by korbanos yachid. There's no such thing as an asham tzibur. So Mamela, our Mishnah wasn't referring to that when we made the distinction between korbanos yachid and korbanos tzibur. V'bayis ema, and the second answer, which is the obvious answer, which is what you all thought right away. Miktani kolar karbanos? Did the Mishnah say all karbanos have to be brought zachar nekeva? No. Yesh bekarbanos ktani. Umayni ushlamim. Ibai nekeva maisi, vibai zachar maisi. You want to bring it nekeva, you can. You want to bring it zachar, you can. As opposed to korbanos tzibur, you don't have such a korban that has an option. That is the differentiation. Next. Karbanos yachid chayav ba'achar yusan. Now, the Gemara is going to ask like this: Minah hanimile. This is a tricky minah hanimile because what Rashi quotes what the minah hanimile is. Minah hanimile, see Rashi. Minah hanimile de karbanos tzibur ein lahem tashlumim. Okay, we said the famous klal by korban tzibur avar zmanoi batel korbanoi. Right? Avar zmanoi batel korbano. How do we know that rule? That's question number one. And then the Gemara is going to digress to a second question. And the second question is what we said at the Hemshech of the Mishnah, which is when I said pay attention, which is what? The question was, what if I bring my Korban Tzibur on time, but I don't bring the Nesachim for whatever reason on time? I didn't have it available, Rashi says. I didn't have it available. Then who says that if I brought the Korban Tzibur on time, but not the Nesachim on time, that I have a chiyuv to bring the Nesachim either at night or the next day, up to 10 days later? How do we know that? Okay, so those are the two questions that the Gemara is going to be busy with now. How do I know that Avar Zman Batal Korbano? The Tanu Rabbanan Dvar Yaim B'Yaimai. Pasuk says, Eilamor de Hashem Asher Tiku Asam Mikroi Kodesh La'akriv Yishel Hashem Oilo Min Chazev Chnutzachim Dvar Yaim B'Yaimai. I wish I had a chart over here to show you. Wish I had a chart. Wow, we're missing you, Eli, so much already. Dvar Yaim B'Yaimai says the Gemara. He didn't make a chart either. Right, because we saw the 8 minutes. Exactly, that was the point. That's what I was hinting to, Kilo. Okay. All day long, you could bring the musaf. Okay, so it's a pasuk. Varyam beyomo, in its day, meaning dafka that day and no other day. Okay. Wait a minute. What if I brought the korban on time, but I didn't bring the nesachim? Maybe I wouldn't have a chiyuv to bring the nesachim later either. Maybe also we say by the nesachim avar zmano batal nisachea. Talmud Lomer, no. Min chasam v'niskeihem balayla, min chasam v'niskeihem lemachar. No, you could even bring it at night. We have a ribui of the drasha min chasam v'niskeihem even at night. That's one place we learn it from. Rish Lakish Amar, we learn from somewhere else. Pardon?
Individual as well.
Correct. Yes. Rish Lakish Amar Mahacha Milvad Shapsois Hashem. Let's see Rashi. It's about towards the end of the daf, about 5 lines up in the Gemara on the right side. Milvad Shapsois Hashem. What does the pasuk say? The pasuk says, "Zevach unesachim dvar yaim b'yaimai," and then the next pasuk says, "Milvad shapsois Hashem," meaning it's going on the pasuk before of "Zevach unesachim dvar yaim b'yaimai," dafka that day, and then it says "Milvad shapsois Hashem." Says Rashi, "Umishum de darshinan smuchim," because we believe in darshaning smichus hapsukim dvar yaim b'yaimai hakarv nesachim milvad oisan shel shabasos, meaning if you weren't makriv for whatever reason, the korban, you were makriv the korban Shabbos, but you were not makriv the nisachim of that korban Shabbos. So the next day, let's say when it's Yantiv, for example, the next day you'll be makriv your korban Yantiv, which is a chiyuv, and milvad shapsois Hashem, and also the nisachim that you forgot or that you didn't bring on Shabbos. From there, Rish Lakish says we learn that the nisachim you bring the next day, so long that you brought the korban on time. Okay, so Rish Lakish has a different limud. Utzricha, and I need, the Gemara understands that they're not choylek with one another. Utzricha, I need both limudim. Why? Because of Rahman Milvad Shapsois Hashem, if I would just write this second pasuk, Havamina B'Yomin B'Layla Loi, that would only tell me the next day I could bring nisachim. But how do I know that if I bring a korban, let's be clear, how do I know that if I bring a korban on time, that I could bring the nisachim at night that evening? That I only know from the first din, from Dvar Yaim B'Yaimai, from Minchasam Uniskeihem, which said Balayla, even at night. Yeah, loy. So Amar Kra uminchasam v'niskehem. V'ikaz v'achmana minchasam v'niskehem. If I only had the pasuk teaching me at night, v'loy kasav milvad shapsas Hashem havamina balayla in b'yamam aloi. That I might have a havamina that after I bring the korban on time, I can bring the nisachim that night, even though it's late. I can bring it that night. But who says I can bring it the next day? How do I know that? Why would I have such a havamina? Umayshna. Why would I think that once I'm late, I could bring the nisachim at night, but I can't bring it the next day? Says the Gemara, Umayshna, mishum de bekachim laila holech achar hayoim. Because by kachim, the nighttime follows the day. So as follows. First, I learned that I can bring nisachim late. I can bring it at night. That I learned from the first pasuk. Umin chasam v'niskehem. How do I know I can bring it the next day? You'll ask, who says you'd have a havamina not to? The Gemara says, because Nisachim we know night follows day. So I need a special limud to tell me I can bring it the next day. Comes along Rish Lakish and says, Milvad Shapsais Hashem, I could also bring it the next day. Okay, so clear, the halacha is, Nisachim, I could bring up to 10 days later, so long that I bring the korban on time. Ask the Gemara now, and we digress to the next point. Who says Nisachim you could bring at night? Unisachim mikarvi balayla. Is that really true that nisachim you could bring at night? Hold on. V'hatanan. Ainli ela dvarim shedarkan likar balayla. What does that mean? Ainli ela dvarim. What is this talking about? Rashi points out this is a drasha in Taras Kahanim, and it's going on a pasuk. The pasuk says, Hi ha'oila al moikta al mizbeach kol alayla she'noisnon mivoy hashemesh u'misaklim kol alayla. That means that you could bring the nisachim at night and you let it burn through the night. On that pasuk comes along this drasha. Ein li ela dvarim shedarken likarav balayla kigoy nevarim upedarim. Okay, meaning this pasuk will teach me a varim upedarim, the fats, the innards, that stuff that I'm makriv at night. I let it burn through the night. But how do I know other things? How do I know things that I'm makriv during the day that I have a right to let them burn through the night? How do you know that? The pasuk only says what you put up at night, you could let burn through the night. How do you know other things? That you're makriv at the night, after nightfall, after shkia. But dvarim shedarkim likarev bayoim, for example, koimet, levoina, and what's the next one it says? Minchas nisachim. So stop right here. Right here is your question. Minchas nisachim. You see, the Brisa says you're makriv in the day, bayayim, not balayla. So who says nisachim? You could be makriv at night. Okay, but now we're speaking out the question. Minchas nisachim shemalim mivoy hashemesh. Wait a minute, mivoy hashemesh. I just told you mivoy hashemesh is shkia time. It's after, right? It's nighttime. So now put parentheses in your Gemara. Gemara says mivoy hashemesh sakadaitach. Hold on, we're in the middle of the brisa. You just told me nisachim is something we do in the day, not mivo hashemesh, not in the nighttime. Ella imba hashemesh. No. What I meant to say in this brisa is imba hashemesh. So these things, imba hashemesh, that you're makriv in the morning, how do you know you let them burn at night? What do you see? Shemisaklim v'holchim kol alayim minayin. Talmud laimar zos taras ha'oila riba. Okay, so zos taras ha'oila is a ribui that teaches me the things that I'm karev in the day, I can let them burn through the night. But what do you see? That the nisachim, ktani miya nisachim bayayim. You see?
Means a minute before. A minute
Just before.
It means they haven't burnt yet.
And now I'm putting it on right there.
Before, and
it
burns at night.
Good. So ktani miya nisachim bayayim. But you see that nisachim you're makriv in the day, not at night. So we started this whole thing saying nisachim makriv at night. Who says? Amarami bar chama lo kasha. It's not a problem. Kanli kadesh, kanli karev. There's a very clear distinction. When you're being makdish the nisachim, how you makdish the nisachim? You put them in a klishares, and that is makdish the nisachim. That you could do at night. To be makriv them, that you can only do during the day, and that's a distinction. Amar le Rava, no good. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I mikdash kachi kruvi mikarve. It goes together. You can't make a split. No spalt. If you could be makdish, you could be makriv. You can't be makdish, you can't be makriv. How do I know? V'atanya is a klal. It's a rule. Kol hakarev bayayim and kadosh ala bayayim. Something that you could be makriv during the day, it's kadosh during the day. V'kol hakarev balayla, kadosh balayla. If you could be makriv at night, you could be makdish at night. bein bayom bein balayla, kadosh bein bayom bein balayla. Okay, so we're back to our stira. Can you be makriv nisachim at night or not? That's the question. We learned a few lines ago that you can. This price seems to say you can't. Ela amar of Yosef, no problem. Sami minchas nisachim mahamas nisa. In Achanami, of course you could be makriv nisachim at night. You have a brisa that mentioned nisachim is something you're makriv during the day. Cut that out. Dry erase. Cut it out. That doesn't exist in the brisa. No problem. Easy, easy. Okay, that's answer number one. Next, Kisalik Rav Dimi. When Rav Dimi went up to Eretz Yisrael, Ashkechel Rav Yirmiyah Diyasav Kamar Mishmeid Rav Yeshua ben Levi. So he heard Rav Yirmiyah saying in the name of Yeshua ben Levi, Minayin lenesachim, habaim im hazevach. The nesachim that come with the zevach, right? Meaning there's two types of nesachim. There's nesachim that you makriv with every zevach, and then there's a korban nesachim, meaning nesachim that you bring by themselves. And there's a differentiation, and here's the chiluk. Minayin lenesachim habayim im hazevach shein krevim ela bayayim. How do I know that those nesachim are only makriv during the day? Talmud Laimar v'li niskeim uleshal meichem. It's a hekesh ma shlamim bayayim af nesachim bayayim. Just like shlamim are during the day, so to nesachim are during the day. So Amar, so now Rav Dimi that just came out to Eretz Yisrael, and he heard this drasha 10 minutes for Amud Beis, which is shorter and easier and quicker. Perfect. Okay. So when he heard him say this, said Rav Dimi, Amar, if I found someone, the Kasafi Garta, if I found somebody that wrote letters, if I found like a scribe, Shalchi Leila Rav Yosef, I would write this halacha that I just learned, and I would send it to Rav Yosef in Bavel. I would send it to him in Bavel. V'lo tismi minchas nesachim mimas nisin. And what would I tell Rav Yosef? Rav Yosef, you just cut out minchas nesachim from the brisa. You just cut it out. It was not necessary to do that because I have a very easy chiluk for you. We had a stira. Nesachim is carved during the day or it's carved at night. Says Rav Dimi, velo kasha. I'll make a very easy chiluk. Kan ben nesachim abayim imazevach. Kan ben nesachim abayim bifnei atzman. Yeah, it's not a stira. When they come themselves, so it's not kadosh with the shchita hazevach, so you can be makriv at night. When it's nesachim that come with the zevach, so since the zevach was during the day, the nesachim can also only be during the day, and I would have answered up this stira.
So what do we come out with? What's the bottom line from the sugya?
So according to the first answer, the bottom line is that nesachim could be carved at night. Okay?
Yeah.
Nesachim could be carved at night. According to the second answer right now, it would depend. If it's nesachim that come with the zevach, that can only be carved during the day, and be kadosh and carved during the day. If it's nesachim that come alone by themselves as their own minchas nesachim, then you can be makriv them at night. Okay? Very good.
So then if I broke the zevach and I forgot the nesachim, so I would bring it only the next day, not the next day?
That is correct. That night, only the next day. From minchas muniskehem.
Yes,
That's
10
right.
days,
Correct.
right?
Next 10 days.
10 days.
But not at night.
Not
Correct.
nights, it's like Ramadan.
It's like Ramadan, exactly. Only during the day. Thank you, Levi Friedman.
Same grade for 10 days,
Same room.
Okay, now 8 minutes left. Watch this. This is a very interesting little piece over here. We're doing the 8 minute, correct, 8 minute sikum right here.
8 minute onward.
Okay. Now, we're saying something tangential. Rav Dimi came along and said, if I had a scribe, I would write this halacha and I would send it back to Rav Yosef. The Gemara takes issue with that. Hold on. Would you really be allowed to write down that halacha and send it? Amar Rabbi Abba Bereder of Chia Bar Abba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Kaisvei halachas kisayref haTorah. It is also to write down halachas. Rashi explains why is it kisorfei haTorah? Because the halacha is that you're not allowed to be matzil these kisvei hakodesh mipnei adleika on Shabbos. If it's Shabbos and God forbid a house is burning down and you have kisvei hakodesh in there, you may not save them. You may only save a sefer Torah, right? You can't save them. That's what Rashi says. She'ein matzil noisem b'Shabbos mipnei adleika. So when you write down a halacha, you're like a seir of Torah because you're seir of the halachos. Yeah. That's because if there's a case when a shul would be, a house would be burning down, you would not be able to save it. So you're like a seir for tar.
So don't have children because they might die. When the 120, they'll die. So you're killing them.
No, we have an alternative. We're passing over Torah Shabbat Peh. Torah Shabbat Peh, you pass over.
It's not an alternative. You see, it's not an alternative.
Oh, easy does it, Rabbi say. Okay, we're such a lost generation over here that we don't even understand the Gemara in the Tavamina. Okay, because
we don't have kids because the kid might go.
No, hold on.
That's what it's like.
Okay, we're down to 6 minutes now. Very good. Darash Rav Yehuda bar Nachmani miturgamei Darash Lakish. So Rav Yehuda bar Nachmani said in the name of Darash Lakish, Kasav echad oimer, Ksav lechas advarim eile. The Kasav echad oimer, ki al pi advarim eile. What is it? Ksav lechas advarim or al pi advarim? Which one is it? Loimer lecha, dvarim shal peh, yetara shal oimer b'ksav. V'sheb'ksav yetara shal oimer al peh. V'tana debei Rabbi Shmuel. Ksav lechas advarim eile. So very clearly, there's certain things you can write. Clearly, the psukim you can write, but you're not allowed to write halachos. So how could Rav Dimi say that if I found the scribe, I would write down this halacha? You're not allowed to write a halacha. Amri dilma milsachat shaini. Maybe when it's a new halacha, a new chiddush, that you are allowed to write down. That we're not allowed to write down is only a certain Messiah that we got. But new stuff you're allowed to write down, and I'll prove it to you. The Rabbi Yochanan v'Reish Lakish ma'ayni be'sifra de'agadata b'shabta. Yeah, Rabbi Yochanan v'Reish Lakish used to learn sifra agadata. Agadata is Torah Sheba'al Peh, not Torah Sheb'ksav. How could you use such a sefer? V'darshi hachi, and this is what they would say, and this is what you were all saying. What do you mean? We have to learn. We have to write it down. Otherwise, we'll forget it. Otherwise, we won't know. Otherwise, we won't bring kids to the world. Yeah. Amri. Pardon? Where's what? Amri mutav te'aker teira v'al tishtakach teira meisal. Better that we're aiker a halacha, but we don't forget the limit of Torah and the principles of Torah. That's what you all were saying. Shtakar halacha. We're over this halacha that you're not allowed to write down Torah Shabbat.
We don't listen.
Yeah, we don't listen to it, and we write it down. Correct. That's what we're all saying.
From this Gemara that at the time of that. According to the Shitta, the Mishnah was not actually written by Rabbi, that could be fixed by Rabbi.
Oh, very good, because you see that they had it before.
Because we see they were still usher to write at the time.
Oh, he was Mesader.
Okay.
Doesn't mean they have anything. He Mesader everything in a
okay, everybody, I'd love to schmooze. 5 more minutes. Amar of Papa. Hashta de Amars. Eli, I sympathize.
Finally understand.
Ellie's sleeping by now.
I get it. Okay, Amar Papa. Hashta de Amart. Nisachim habayim b'fnei atzron. Krevim afilu b'layla. Now that we said that Nisachim that come by themselves, they stand alone, that you can bring them even at night. Nizdamnu Nisachim b'layla. Makdishim balayla umakrivin. You can even do that lechatchila. Nizdamnu lehem, or you get it. It's not bedieved that you have to do it. Even lechatchila. Once we said you could be makriv them at night. Lechatchila you can makriv them. Amalei of Yosef, Reder of Shmael of Papa. Tanya de Masayelach. I'll bring you a proof. What we learned. Ze'aklal kolakar b'yayim and a kashal b'yam. Kolakar balayla. Kadash balayla. Even lechatchila. No problem. So yes, you are correct. Amar Avada bar Ava ve'alois hashachar parcelis behem ke'evarim. And the Los HaShachar is the cutoff point. No more. After Los HaShachar, you're over the Isser of Lina. Just like the Ivarim, so to the Nesachim. Let's keep going. Yeah, my mom should only have a minute.
He says here that they also changed the halacha about saving Kisvei Kodesh from fire. Once they allow
Very good. Now you could save them as well. Excellent point. Very good. Worth it. Kiyaser Rav Dimi Amar V'Yochanan Mishum Mishum Ben Yod Tzadak. Now, when Rav Dimi went back to Bavel, when he went back to Bavel, he said in the name of Yochanan Mishum Ben Yod Tzadak. We're darshaning a pasuk. The pasuk, we're darshaning a pasuk. Elu taseh lashem. I'll read to you the pasuk. Elu taseh lashem b'moadechem levad minidrechem v'nidvoisechem lo'elasechem v'minchoisechem v'niskem u'leshalmechem. So now we darshan the pasuk. Elu taseh la'Hashem b'moadechem. We're referring to the musafim, the korban musaf. Elu taseh la'Hashem b'moadechem ele choivos habos biglal haregel. Okay, these are your korban chova that you bring on the regel. Levad minidrechem v'nidvoisechem. So now your neder and nidava. Listen carefully to this line. This is going to carry us through to the end of the amud. Levad minidrechem v'nidvoisechem. Your korban nidava Yeah, and your Nidarim and Nidavos, you bring them on Chol HaMoed. Limeid al Nidarim v'Nidavos shekreivim b'Chol HaShol Moed. So now we know, all Neder, all Nidavos, you bring on Chol HaMoed. Remember that. Villa olosechem b'makas medaber. What are we talking about when the pasuk says olosechem? If we're talking about an oilos neder, we just said all nidrechem. V'ba oilos nedava harek v'amor v'nidvosechem. And medaber ela b'oilos yoledes v'oilos mitzayra. Okay, let's talk about an oilos yoledes, oilos mitzayra. You can bring on Chol HaMoed. V'le minchas sechem b'makas medaber. Ibe minchas neder hakvar amor. Ibe minchas nedava hakvar amor. And medaber ela b'minchas soita u'minchas kanaos. Veli nizkeichem uleshalmechem, makish nesachim l'shlamim, ma shlamim bayayim, af nesachim bayayim. Meaning the nesachim that come with the zevach, that's bayayim. And now, uleshalmechem, what's that coming to be marbe? L'rabo shalmei nazir. Now, let me ask you, Rabbi, very quickly, shalmei nazir, based on what we just learned right now, could that be a neder or nidava? The answer would be no. It cannot, because then I would not need a ribui to teach me Shalmei Nazir, because Neder and Nedava, we know already. All Nedarim and Nedavas we know, right? So I would not need a word in the Pasuk to teach me Shalmei Nazir, if Shalmei Nazir is referred to as a Neder and Nedava, correct? So what is it? So it's something else. We'll see, that's what the Gemara is going to touch on now. What is it? L'Rabba Shalmei Nazir. Amar le'Abaye, wait a minute. V'leima mar Shalmei Pesach. Why don't you say Shalmei Pesach? Because if it's Shalmei Nazir, Nidar v'Nidavhu. It's a Neder and Nedava. So you shouldn't say Shalmei Nazir, you should say Shalmei Pesach. And Shalmei Nazir, we would know already. Dehatanya, we learned. Now this is a 1-2 step process, very easy to follow. Dehatanya, Ze HaKlal, Kol Shu Nidar v'Nidav, Karev b'Bamas Yachid. V'She'enu Nidar v'Nidav, Eno Karev b'Bamas Yachid. Okay, step 1. Anything that's a neder and nedava, you could be makriv on a korban yachid. Anything that's not, you cannot. And now we have another brisa, vitnan, on a bama. Vitnan, and we learned, hamenachos v'anazirus, kravim b'bamas yachid, diver meir. And we learned, nazirus is carved b'bamas yachid. So put 1 and 1 together. If nazirus is carved b'bamas yachid, and only neder and nedava is carved b'bamas yachid, so what does that tell me about nazir? That's a neder and nedava. Very simple, right? Says the Gemara, Sami mikan nazirus. Yeah, no, take out nazirus. It's not carved b'bamas yachid. Take out nazirus, and therefore you have a raya, and therefore we write shalmechem l'rabo shalmei nazir, and it's not neder nedava. Ask the Gemara, hold on. Mi ika lemanda amar de nazir lav nidar v'nidav who? You're telling me there's somebody that holds that a korban nazir is not nidar v'nidav? I have a pasuk mefurash that proves to you that a korban nazir is nidar v'nidav. What's the pasuk? V'aksiv by Avshalom. He's speaking to his father David. Miketz arba'im shana. We'll see what this arba'im shana is. Miketz arba'im shana v'yomer Avshalom el hamelech. Elchana v'shalom es nedarai. I'll go pay back my nidar asher nadarti l'Hashem bechevron ki neder nadar avdecha. And we all know that Avshalom was a nazir, and every 30 days he would go and he would be makriv a korban, and he would shave his head. He would do it every 30 days. And now he's telling his father, "Let me go makriv my korban in Chevron ki neder nadar avdecha." My lav a korban. Isn't he referring to his korban nazir, and he's calling it a neder? Says the Gemara, loy a ikar nidro. He's not talking about the korban at all. He's talking about his ikar neder. He's saying, my neder, I want to go pay off my neder of being a nazir. But he's not talking about the korban. Amar ikar nidro. Ask the Gemara, ikar nidro bechevron have. What do you mean? But he didn't take on his neder in Chevron. It says, Asher nadarti Hashem bechevron. He didn't take on his neder in Chevron. Velo begishur have. It's a pasuk mefurash. Rashi brings it that his neder they took on was in Gishur. Yeah. So that's one teretz. Another teretz. Amar Rav Acha v'Temurah bar Chanan lo halach Avshalom el lahavi kvasim mechevron. No. He went to get his sheep from Chevron. He wasn't making his neder there. His neder he made in Gishur. He went to get the sheep from Chevron. Hachanami mistabra di temela kruve who da'azel shavik Yerushalayim va'azel makar bechevron. He lived in Yerushalayim. He's going to leave Yerushalayim and go be makriv a korban in Chevron? Makes no sense. There's no reason to do that. He was sitting in Yerushalayim. So okay, let's go back to your answer. What's your answer? He went to get the kvasim from Chevron. The pasuk shouldn't say Hayasher nadakti Hashem bechevron, mechevron. I went to get the sheep from Chevron, not in Chevron. From Chevron mi ba'ilei. Ela la'ilam la'kruve. He really went to be makriv in Chevron. Udedikashalach, amai shavik Yerushalayim makriv b'Chevron. Tikshilach, givon d'makal kadashu. You had a kasha. Why you makriv in Chevron, not Yerushalayim? Ask a better question. Better question is, why you makriv at all in these places? Go be makriv in Givon, which was a bama gedola. Ella kevan shehutru abamos kol hecha debai makriv. Rather, wherever you want to be makriv, you could be makriv once hutru habamos. Should we stop here, or should we just finish to the Mishnah?
What's the answer of the Gemara?
Stop here? Oh, okay.
So what's the answer of the Gemara?
He wanted to get the sheep from Noam, but what's the answer? We asked him.
We have a raya for the Nazir.
You understand? You got it?
So we have a raya. So there's a raya.